Assembly. Can Kate please join us for the acknowledgement of country?
You gotta speak really loud. The microphone's on. Ignore the microphone.
I respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting Noongar people. It is a privilege to be standing on Noongar land. I also acknowledge the contribution of Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal Australians to the education of all children and people in this country. We live and share together Australia.
Could you please stand quietly for the national anthem? Please be seated.
I'd now like to present the recipients and the people who are saying things for the Reconciliation Week.
C3 started Reconciliation Week by looking at the reason why this week occurs. We learn about the errors of the past and the hope for a better future. We found out about the stolen generation and also what the government did to right these wrongs. The apology to Indigenous people of Australia was seen as an important step towards reconciliation between Aboriginal Australians and non-Aboriginal Australians. The apology also acknowledges the government's and the past government's responsibilities and policies, practices and attitudes that have discriminated against isolated and marginalised Indigenous people. Here are some examples of the high grade students in our class wrote about Sorry Day. It was wrong, sorry, the government made the choice, never repeat it.
Stolen and scared, children of Australia, we are all sorry.
We are all sorry, stolen generation, mistakes of the past.
The theme for Reconciliation Week was in this together. C3 put their hands up to recognise the importance of this week and reflected it on what reconciliation actually means. He looked at how through changing our own individual words and actions, the future can be more united. We demonstrate 5 ways we can achieve this on our handprints.
In B3, we have talked about Reconciliation Day. We brainstormed some words about Reconciliation Day. Then we wrote them on the Aboriginal flag.
Can I show you pictures?
Hi, my name is Charlotte Richards and I will be telling you what I have been learning for Sorry Day. Sorry Day is when Kevin Rudd in 2008, the Prime Minister, said sorry to all the Aboriginal people because of the stolen generation. Between 1910 to 1970 was the main part of the stolen generation. The stolen generation is when the Australian government made a policy to keep the children with their families. Aboriginal people, that's why it's called the stolen generation. The Australian government made a policy to help the reconciliation on Sorry Day. Saying sorry is just the first step. That is why we remember the stolen generation today. Thank you for listening.
Australia celebrates Reconciliation Week every year on the 27th of May to the 3rd of July. Reconciliation Week is about love, history, culture, and forgiveness. Now it's time to forget the past and take a step forward to a new future. We are all in this together.
In our class, we have been learning about Reconciliation Week, so we have made some hands. Each hand has something on it to represent Reconciliation Week, whether it has an Aboriginal flag on it or it has quotes like sorry, include, don't exclude, or change it up. Here is the poster.
Well done, girls. Good job.
The stolen generation has been given to a group of children who were forcibly removed from their families and homes during the 1900s. More than 50,000 kids were removed from their families. They were either put in white foster homes, orphanages, or missions. At the Healing Foundation, there are people dedicated to healing the stolen generation. Children's names were often changed and they were not allowed to speak their traditional language.
Years ago, on the 30th of February 2008, our former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd said sorry to the stolen generation. National Sorry Day is held on the 26th of May each year to acknowledge and recognise members of the stolen generations. But Indigenous kids are still having a lot of problems and inequality. In 1969, the government stopped taking away Indigenous kids from their families up until the 60s when there were big protests and people started to campaign for them to be treated better. Back then, the government had policies that forced kids to reject their Indigenous heritage and adopt white culture. The removals caused a lot of pain to the Indigenous people.
Reconciliation Week. Even though Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people were in Australia long before anyone else, since European settlement, they haven't always been treated the same as other Australians or had the same rights. For a long time, Indigenous people weren't allowed to go to the same schools, shops or hospitals as non-Indigenous people, and they weren't even allowed to be counted as a part of Australia's population.
Over the years, some things have gotten better, but some still reckon the country has a lot of work to do to make sure everyone is getting the same respect, understanding and opportunities. That's why every year schools, governments and organisations celebrate Reconciliation Week.
Listening, acknowledging and addressing our shared history is very important to make sure we keep moving forward. It is not one act but a journey that requires a commitment from all Australians.
During National Reconciliation Week, we explore how each of us can contribute to achieving a united Australia.
Would Mr. Bush-Jones please address the Assembly?
Thank you, Josh. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mr. Bush-Jones.
Very nice of you to all be joining us with the WebEx and a few people in here today, so that's great to see. And well done to all those wonderful people that got up here and spoke about what they were doing in their class for Reconciliation Week. I think everyone in the classrooms in here, give them a big round of applause. They've done a great job. So well done. A very important week that we continually recognise as our Indigenous Australians are such an important part of our society, and that Reconciliation Week is a really important part of recognising and also closing the gap and making sure that there's equity and fairness for everyone. So really important, and at South Coogee we do a really good job of doing that recognition with our planning and all the things that we've been doing over the course of the last few years. So well done on that. Good news. As of next week, there's more things that are opening up for us as a school. We're really excited about that. One of the big things, announcements-wise, is that we can open all our playgrounds now. So I know that big playground out here on the out near the nature play area is one that's very popular and will be welcome to be back open. And also all the other ones that are dotted around will all be open. So back to normal, really. A really good announcement that was made also that Mr. Goff will be happy about is the contact sports are allowed within physical education lessons. So obviously not out at recess and lunch, but there's a little bit more that we can do there to getting back to normal. So really excited about that, and I know everybody else is. We're going to be having a carnival very late in the term for cross country. So we're going to start looking at doing some stuff during fitness to get your fitness back up and running. Because that's always a great day for everyone, and we're going to have parents that are going to be able to come as well. So very excited to bring parents back into the school community for those things. The student reps are going to get up here and speak to you in a moment, but we are going to be having a really exciting dress-up day. They're going to tell you a little bit more about that. So next week, that's going to be on Friday. I won't tell you everything yet. I'll let them announce that because it's going to be something I think we can all get behind. And other good news, you would have noticed the toilets being renovated. They've done a fantastic job. They're now open. So the Coastlands toilets are now open. and so are the wetlands ones, and they look really good. So we make sure that we respect them, we make sure we look after them. There's a lot of work for those people to do, and it's something you can be really quite proud to use nice, tidy, clean toilets all the time. It's a basic human right, so we make sure we don't do silly things like throw toilet paper around or anything like that. Just get in, do what you need to do and get out. With that, they're going to be doing the other two. So the wetlands one and the bushlands one, the other wetlands one will be closed while they do those renovations. So they've just swapped them over basically. So we've got more work to do in that way. One thing on behaviour, it's good to see probably a little bit less of the chasey games going on around the buildings. Just one thing I want you to think about is being nice to each other all the time. So if you don't have something nice to say to someone, I spoke to the Year 6s about this last week because there were some people saying some nasty things and doing some nasty things, so we can't have that. Not welcome at this school, that sort of behaviour. So if you can't say anything nice, keep it to yourself. Go and speak to someone you can be nice to. Okay, we've got to look out for each other, keep each other safe and keep each other happy when they're at school. That's the most important thing. We want people happy. Can't be happy if we're saying nasty things. So keep it really positive, enjoy being with your friends, and if you're not getting along with somebody, that's normal, but you don't need to be nasty, you just need to move along. Okay, that's it from me. Enjoy. Thank you.
Can Miss Dawson please present the merit certificates?
Good morning, everyone. My first certificate goes to Estelle Kelly, who under time restraints worked well with her partner to produce a quality kangaroo pouch that is sturdy and functional. To Nikita Seminakia Kim, congratulations on a very thoughtfully selected and constructed paper collage artwork from Mrs. Fox. To Emma George de St. George, you are a shining star. You carefully listen on the mat, allowing you to apply your understandings to complete work. Keep up the magnificent work. To Zach Harrison, for demonstrating understanding and application of new vocabulary during Talk for Reading. Well done. To Georgia Buckingham, for your well-researched, written and typed information report about bushfires. A great achievement, well done. To Noah Black, you tried very hard to sound out every word for your weekend recount. Fantastic effort. To Ariana Vertes, Ariana is becoming a confident reader. She has greatly improved her sight word knowledge and applies letter sounds patterns to read unfamiliar words. To Quade Goosen, for using the air attribute of respect by participating in class discussions respectfully. To Ashley Price, for her outstanding efforts to pursue her personal best during all lessons. Ashley's willingness to take on challenges and encourage her classmates has made her an inspiration to be one. To Evelyn Lynn, for your incredible work on fact families in maths. You were flying through the lesson. To Yudavir Anand, for his thorough and impressive knowledge of analogue and digital time. Yudavir has an excellent range of calculation strategies which he uses to solve complex number patterns. He is a maths wizard. To Lillian Partridge, producing a terrific narrative that included some amazing descriptive language. Well done. To Sky Ferraro, excellent work in all of her health education lessons. Well done. To Henry Bauer, thank you, Henry, for your eager participation in discussions in the art room and for sharing all of your ideas. And last from me is to Ruby Roberts for demonstrating great commitment and responsibility to her role as a STEM assistant. Well done to all of those recipients. We'll give them a big round of applause.
Would the student reps please address the assembly? Canteen and other news. The sausage rolls are back on Wednesday lunchtime. Drama club has started, so make sure you're practicing your script. The playgrounds will be opening next week, and please do not touch the strings on the flags as they are coming undone.
The boys' toilets have been redone, so make sure you're keeping them nice and clean. Once the school is over, make sure you leave and don't hang around the school premises.
Sustainability. Recently, we have noticed a lot of rubbish around the school. So when the siren goes, make sure to pick up at least 2 pieces of rubbish before you start class. We are growing plants in our garden, so please leave the garden alone so the plants can grow.
We now have a different composting system. Check out how we have recycled the old timbers into new in-ground devices. Waste-Free Wednesday will be continuing, so students and parents, please pack a waste-free lunchbox. Teachers, please remember to count your class's rubbish, and C3 will record after lunch on a Wednesday. Waste-Free Wednesday goes to the classroom with the least amount of rubbish. This week's winner is
B7.
Sport report. Junior and senior sport is going ahead with teachers taking out their own classes at this stage. Mr. Goff is currently taking Australian rules footy for all year levels from 4 to 6 for physical education lessons. We are now playing modified games and enjoying Australian rules footy in our sport lessons. Thank you.
To celebrate the return of sport, we are having a sports day where you can dress up as a sports player or in sports clothing. It will be on Friday the 12th of June, and we hope you come to school dressed up. And don't forget to bring a gold coin donation. The Golden Broom Award goes to the cleanest classroom inside and out. This week's winner is C5.
Would Mr. Bush Jones please hand out the next lot of honour certificates?
Thank you, Aiden. Okay, if your name gets read out after the assembly, can you come and get your certificate and your photo taken so that we can email that home? If I read your name out, you come in straight to me, and if Mrs. Dawson read your name out, you just go to where she is. So, my first certificate today goes to Heath Greer for extending his learning on STEM outside of the classroom by building a motorised boat in his own time and sharing it with, during his learning journey with his teachers and peers. Well done, Heath. To Lincoln Chapel. Congratulations, Lincoln. You're a great example of aspiring to our school goals of achieve, inspire and respect in the art room. It's from Ms. Bucks. The next award goes to Leah Romsevic. Leah, you are a kind individual. You take on all challenges with a positive attitude. This is allowing you to write simple sentences and solve maths problems. Well done. Great effort from Miss Moore. Next one goes to Bo Matthews for always doing his personal best in numeracy tasks. Bo is a great example to his peers. That's from Miss Byrne and Miss Warren. Brianna Abreu. You've shown that you can confidently add fractions with related denominators. Congratulations, you're an inspiration, from Miss Spears. Next award goes to Jordan Rial. You have excelled in your maths. You've been able to confidently add, subtract, multiply and divide fractions with related denominators. Again, from Miss Spears. I got to see them doing their fractions the other day. They're doing a fantastic job in that group. Next award from Mrs. Mulholland goes to Demetrio Villanova. I'm so proud of the way you get yourself organised every morning. Well done on being so independent. This one goes to Phoebe Miller. Phoebe has worked effectively to produce an entertaining narrative titled Low Gravity. It's from Mr. Wheatley. Next one goes to Sarah Espinoza for using the air attitude of respect by taking pride in her work and presentation, from Ms. Barnes. This one goes to Amber Lee Oliver. It is amazing to see you applying your best effort to your writing. Keep working hard, from Ms. Bickley. Next one from Mr. Smith, so this person might be able to come up here and get their award. It's to Luka Pavlovic for writing an awesome narrative that left me wanting to read more. Well done, Luka. Come and get it. Here you go. Oh, we can't shake hands, we'll pretend though. Smile to the camera. Next award goes to Levi Young. So if Levi is here, yep. For always putting your best effort into class activities. Keep it up. It's from Mr. Smith as well. There you go. Fantastic. I know it's so awkward when you're not shaking hands, but you've got to get used to that for a little while. The next award from Mr. Goff, and that goes to Lila O'Sullivan. Excellent work in her health education lessons. Well done. And we've got a couple more here. Next award goes to Gabriella Dionisio. Fantastic responses to our time lessons and always working enthusiastic on all tasks. Keep up the great work. This one goes to Nicholas Catanzaro, who, under time restraints, worked well with his partner to produce a quality kangaroo pouch that is sturdy and functional. That's from Mrs. Spatore. Well done, Nicholas. The last award for today is from Miss Moore's class, and it goes to Charlize Masandi. You're a confident learner. You're always trying your best in everything that you do, and you're always following the AIR agreements. What a superstar. Can we give all of those people a big round of applause? Well done. Like I said, if I called your name out after the assembly finishes, come straight up to the undercovered area. We'll get a photo with your certificate that you can take home as well. Thank you.
Can Mr. Goff please join us for the draw?
You got the container? Yeah, good.
Good morning, South Coogee Primary School. Good
morning, Mr. Goff.
How are we all today? Good, excellent. Well, let's get straight into it. We've got Bushlands block. Bushlands block from room B2. It's Benny. I don't really know how to say Benny's surname. It's a long one. So Benny. So well done. From Wetlands block. From room, not sure which room, but I know the person, Matthew Thorne. Well done to Matthew. Coastlands block. And from Coastlands block, this is room C3. We've got Gracie Baker. So well done to Gracie. We'll make sure that we get those high bounce balls to them. So well done, everybody. And
you do a bounce for us, Mr. Goff, since there's no
sure.
one here?
Oh, I can do a bounce.
There we go.
There you go. All right. JJ, we into the scores? Yeah, all right. So the faction points. Here we go. I'll let them just come up. We'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everybody, and have a good week. Bit of quiet, please. I'll call on the next compare.
That's the end of our assembly. Would you please listen to your teachers and have a great day?
Thank you.